is that Eddie called out the shot that he hit Saunders with against Lawrence.
They actually did that shot on me.
Yeah.
They were like practicing the shot, so it was like not all the time it landed, but they slid it in here and there. But it was that they stuck to the game plan for sure.
It's the only way that Canelo is going to lose is if he loses his drive. But being around him, like and I'll be honest with you too. I think that this is something that would be kind of be forthcoming about it. Tatum too. Tatum was at Canelo's too. When we all went there and we got to see Saul work in person, right? Like the one thing that we walked away with is that we weren't good enough. And so what do we mean by that? We didn't work hard enough. We didn't have enough discipline. We didn't have enough repetition. We didn't have us showing up to the gym and not knowing what the fuck we're going to do for that day and kind of, freelancing it and us like not working on specific things. Being in there changed, like literally I learned so much as being there with Eddie, watching Zamir, and even watching Randy, watching the whole Canelo team and the way that they work everybody. And when I always say, is that wrong? Monroy? No, so
Monroy.
Yeah, Monroy. So I was strength and conditioning guy. Just the whole thing that they got going on over there, and saying, hey, shit, like if we ever expect to ever really create a great fighter, we all got to get our shit together and work fucking harder. And that's literally his ethic is inspiring. And after that, the boys. That's when we started doing all these rounds. That's when we started mixing up, run, and that's when we realized that we hadn't been good enough. So that's why I think that the boys are doing so good right now, is because when we were over there, Lawrence wasn't just learning in the ring. I was learning. Tatum was learning.
Yeah, and Trevor, I know you mentioned a quote from him that you heard him say in the gym that he trains like he has nothing, right?
He said
and he's making 30, 40, 50 million every fight.
$500 million probably, right? Canelo's got a lot of money. Canelo's life is like, private yachts, but he trains like he has nothing. He said that to Nemo. He said it to Nemo one day. I train like I have nothing. I train every day like I have nothing. Shit.
Some people say it. Some people actually do it.
No,
right?
Canelo lives that. Canelo every day. We all know too. Eddie Reynoso wants you pretty punctual with time. Everybody shows up on time. Except on golf day on Saturday. That day might be, you might not be.
You guys know how to golf? No?
Nah, I play around with it, but I don't really play golf.
I did mini golf one time.
He said mini
I felt like Happy Gilmore, man. I started punching all the.
Lawrence was golfing the other day in at the sports store. So, but yeah, I mean, shit, he's on time every day. There's a responsibility, accountability, what they hold themselves to, work ethic. And that's real. It's the same thing though. Afterwards, like the boys will get on me sometimes. I know the boys will need a break, especially like I think they ran 10 miles in Baldy in basically 4 days, right? And so I'm watching Tatum spar, and Tatum's doing well, but like he said, oh, I feel kind of flat, and I'm like, yeah, you ran fucking 10 miles, and 5,000 whatever, you're 4,500 feet in the air, right, in elevation. The boys sometimes, when I do take them off the racetrack and say, oh, you know what, today let's go to the pool, or let's go do some strength and conditioning shit and kind of blow the day off a little bit. Like it could be like 36 hours, and they'll be like, bro, we need to get back to the gym. Like we need to get back to the gym. Like we need to work. Like this ain't gonna cut it. So, and I'll know too, but I'm like thinking to myself, but like, bro, I'm watching you get out your car and you're sore. But I'm not saying shit about it. I'm watching you struggle to get out the car because your legs are done. But I'm not saying anything because I'm so happy with them, because I know, hey, look, they got that work ethic. And that was Canelo walked up to Lawrence and said, Lawrence, you can be great. You just got to work. You have it. And I think that it's one thing to hear it from me, and it's another thing to hear it from Saul, right? So I could tell you that Saul loves Lawrence. They absolutely respect him. He gives them incredible work. And, it's been nothing but an inspiration. And the same thing with Eddie and the whole Canelo team.